So this is our little Oil Biz Zoom, and we want to basically plan for the months of March, April, and May, and really get a good start. So one of the things we wanted to do is help you to plan with things like classes and literature and the things that you might need. Um, but the most fundamental thing that we need in our business, no matter whether we're just started or 3 years or 4 years on, is the names list. That's why if you've got your journal or your piece of paper with your names on, that would be really good. Um, Lisa's just going to go through some of the reminders. So if you want to, while we're on, you can, with a pen, you can cross out people that you think, no, I've tried so many times, they're off my list. It's time to get rid of the dead wood, isn't it? Like when you start getting into the garden after winter and it's all the dead weeds. That's what we're doing now. We're pulling out all the dead stuff and keeping the stuff that is potentially ready to grow, like customers or potential leads. So leave that over to you.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, so something that I do is I keep all my different lists. Okay, so I've got lists of everyone who I've had contact with because of doTERRA. They're on some kind of list that I've got. So it could be people that you've sampled, it could be people you've had conversations with, it could be people that have attended classes, but maybe they've never had a sample, maybe they've never bought anything. Hi, Charlene. But all these people, they're ways of, like Rachel said, sifting through your contacts. So as you know, I've got my folder. So I'll be going through all my spreadsheets. So I'll be going through my phone to start with as well. I save my contacts so that they're separate from my normal contacts, which makes it easier for me to find my doTERRA contacts. So I'll be going through my phone and I'll be looking to see those that I've had conversations with, because they're more likely. They might have a little bud that might be ready to grow. Or there's people in my phone. I was just saying to Rachel, every 3 months I do check in with all the contacts I have in my phone who are not a customer or who I don't really hear from. They don't interact. Every 3 months I send a message to say, do you still want me to contact you? And there are some that I'll get the message back saying, oh yeah, thank you so much, thank you for being patient, I'm really sorry, I've just been busy, or my finances and all of that. And that's great, they're communicating with you. But I've got some that have never replied to me. So if they've not replied, they're getting the spring chop this year. Because you don't want to be wasting your time and your efforts and your energy on things that there's just no potential for growth there. Now, bearing in mind, those people might still have my number. So if they do want to contact me sometime in the future, they still can. I'm not blocking them or anything. I'm just having a really good tidy up my end, because when things get really messy, especially when you've been with doTERRA a little while, you will end up with quite a few contacts, and you just need to keep on top of them and keep them organized. So I'll be going through my phone and I will be going through my sampled lists, anyone I've sampled, anyone that's attended a class, whether it be in person or on Zoom, anyone that might have bought the odd product from me. Some people, buy a lemon or they buy lavender or the deep blue rub. I'll be going through my list of those. I have group for interested people. So instead of just putting a message on the group, I will personally message them individually. And also, and this is something Rachel mentioned, was people who have reached out to you or interacted with you on your social media, whether that be an Instagram post, they may have just done a thumbs up or a heart because they love it. I've got a few of those that respond to my WhatsApp statuses, and people that just do a thumbs up because they agree with it, or a heart because they like it. Or so just think about all those people that might have interacted with you somehow, might not have said a lot, but they've obviously seen and reacted to it. So all of these people can then go on your share list. And it just helps to filter out those that maybe you're hanging on to that are just not going to bud, and you can concentrate on the ones that are. Is there anything that I've said that you don't get or didn't make any sense? Because I can ramble on a bit, sorry. That all made sense. Good. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else, Rach?
No, that's perfect. I was thinking everyone that follows you on Instagram is potentially a lead, unless they're already a customer or from another team.
Yeah.
So yeah, anyone that's liked or commented is there, isn't it? Any social media and things like that. And sometimes we forget that. So basically adding all these new little seeds to the list would be good. Oh, Lorraine's coming, that's good. So with that in mind, let's say you've updated your names list. So in the next few days, if you can just have a little refresh of your names list, maybe cross people out that you think, oh no. And like Lisa said, if you've sold them a lemon, I know last month I sold about 6 of these at a party, and I've put them in I've tagged them all as in I'm going to keep in touch with these, as in, because one of them's text me saying I'm using it every day, so they're potentially ready to join in a class to learn more. So anyone that you've sold maybe 1 or 2 items to, especially the little ones, because they do run out very quickly. Welcome, Lorraine. Thank you for joining. So just if you haven't already got a names list, it's a great time to just think whoever's in your head. It could be people that you think, oh, I've sampled them, or they've showed interest. Anyone like that that's shown some sort of interest, then definitely get them on the names list. And once you've got your names list, step 2 is to invite them to a class. So what I wanted to do is share some of the classes we have for February and March. So obviously you're welcome to do your own classes, but we've put this on as a regular thing and obviously we'll show you April's as well. But for February and March, this is what we have available, and you are very welcome to invite everyone to that. You can join on yourself with them if you like, or if you're busy, you can just send them, tell us the name so we can support them and send them back to you. So then you can discuss whatever the needs were with them. So it makes your life a bit easier knowing that you've got classes all the time, because some people can make a Wednesday, some people Monday, so that we've tried to put together enough of the dates. So I'll just share my screen and show you some of those dates. There we go. And I'll send this over shortly so you've got it to send. Go. So just for February, I know Lisa's probably got her own classes as well. But for February, this Wednesday, we've got an intro to oils class at 7 p.m. And then the following Wednesday, we've got another one at 7 p.m. Just a foundational class. For those that are totally new to oils, it's a great way to just introduce it. And then we've also got a women's hormone class on Monday at 7 p.m. Obviously free of charge. You can invite existing customers or newbies. And what's a really good idea is to just say something like, I thought this might be of interest to you. Send them this graphic. Let me know if you can make it. And also you could put something like, oh, if you know of anyone that is loving this kind of thing, then feel free to invite them. And then if they do show interest and they say, yeah, I'd like to come, if you just remember to send them like a 24-hour reminder just the day before, maybe just to say, look forward to seeing you on the class. You might want to, at that point, when you're sending them a reminder, say, it'll be handy to bring a notepad with you, and feel free to have your screen on or off. Just reminds them, because sometimes everyone's busy and it's like, oh, I've got a class. And then maybe 3 hours before or something, just to say, look forward to seeing you with the Zoom code, just a reminder of the Zoom code. It's very easy for them to just click on there. So that's just the February schedule. I know that we're really interested in March. I'm going to talk a little bit about Premier Club in a second, but the March schedule is a lot more sort of involved. We've got can see, it might be not that big. I'll just zoom in a little bit there. So we've got from Monday the 4th of March, we've got classes pretty much every week. We've got a 1 p.m. one for those who want to join on the lunch break with Lisa, Stress and Emotions. Women's Health and Hormones are on the evening of the same day at 7 p.m. And we've got in that month, we've got 2 intro classes that you can join, 11th and 18th. And also, if any of you want to join us on the class, I know Deborah's going to be joining a couple of them, to maybe talk about a certain oil and just sort of bed yourself into a class, and maybe if you've got a favorite oil that you want to talk about, it maybe help you to be more confident in doing your own class. You're very welcome to do. It doesn't have to be like a symposium. It could literally you could just talk about something, whether it's using oils aromatically, whatever you want to do. Just get in touch and we'd love to have some support on the class. And it's just not, it just makes it a bit more involved than us talking all the time. So it'd be really lovely if anyone wanted to. And then gut health class, we've got a sleep and calm class, and we thought at the end of the month it'd be nice. I know Deborah mentioned some were interested in a raw chocolate, body butter, and then Lisa mentioned raw chocolate. So these are the most popular DIY makes. So we will send you the recipe sheet so people know they can buy the ingredients if they want in advance, but some people just want to listen in and then make it later. So that's a nice one at the end of the month. And that'll be great for customers as well as new people there. And then depending on who does the class, they can use the relevant Zoom codes there. It's ideal if, let's say, Charlene invited somebody and they said, I can make it to Lisa's class on Monday, whatever, then if Charlene texts Lisa just to say, just expect Sarah Jones to be there, and then Lisa could just keep an eye on who's coming and who people are, so we can make sure we know who's who. So
Sorry,
that
can I just add as well that maybe, you were saying about the follow-up with so if you do have someone that says to you, oh, I'd like to go to Wednesday 13th, the gut health, great. So you send them, or you tell them like the login is there. I'll let Rachel know. And then if you just check in with them, like Rachel said, just to remind them, but also to let us know whether they're still intending on coming or whether they no longer can make it. Because if you've told us, then I know I will keep a list of names. And if they plan on, if they can't come anymore, then I know not to look out for them.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's brilliant. Yeah. So we've got February and March. Again, these graphics will be sent at the end, so you can get your names sorted. Then you can send the whole sheet to them and say, like the tracks you do on the ministry, which one interests you? You can just say which of these classes interests you. And you can't get a no answer with that, can you? It's they have to answer. So it's pretty much you're going to get somebody interested. And I think this is a non-committal way of saying, by saying which of these is of interest to you. You can attend more than one if you like. And then it gets the conversation started with maybe, yeah, I'm struggling with my sleep, or I'm struggling with my hormones. Okay, then join that class. At the end of each class, we will have a slide at the end with some enrollment kits or maybe a selection of things that they can purchase with an account to help you to then follow up and hopefully enroll them if they are really keen. So that is that. So just a little reminder, who do you know that loves oils or loves natural things? Just think about that, because this is when people have a bit of a block thinking, I'm nagging people, I'm annoying them. How, if you received this little thing, wouldn't you be so pleased that somebody's thought about you, thought, oh, I thought about you, even if I know you struggle with sleep or whatever. It's just a nice thing to give to somebody. And obviously they can share with the friends. We're very open to anyone joining if it's something that's of interest to them. So that is the classes. And then I think we're just gonna recap. Has everyone on here booked down for Premier Club? Is there anyone that hasn't yet? You can unmute yourself if you like. If you haven't and you want to, we can send you the way to apply, but it's still not too late because it starts in March. Lisa's just going to talk through some of the guidelines and what you need to fulfill, what the requirements are to get your free oils. Okay, Lisa.
Okay, thanks. So if you wanted to look at this again yourself, if you Google doTERRA Premier Club Europe, then you will get all the information that I am going to read to you now. So if you want to look over it, but basically Premier Club requirements. So each month, so it runs from March, April to May. So for 3 months. Each month, you as the participant, you have to do your 100 PV loyalty rewards order, which you will do anyway, but you do have to do that. I'm just reading it, so I see if I can simplify it. They do make things wordy.
Yeah.
And then after each month of the season has ended. Okay, then at the end of each month, you have to fill in a evaluation form within 3 days of that month ending. So I would just do it on the 1st of the next month. And it's just an evaluation where you have to fill in what you have done in that month that has just ended. Okay? Because within the 3 months, this is what you need to do. So during the 3 months, you must complete 9 enrolments, each with at least 100 PV. So that's not 9 enrolments in March, it's 9 enrolments through March, April and May. So maybe you do 5 in March and you get 2, and then you get another 2. That's your 9. Or you might do 4, then you might do 3, and you might do 2. I hope my maths is adding up here. But you get the gist. So 9 over those months. So that is something you would fill in. So say, for example, March is month 1. So the 1st of April, you fill in your evaluation form for March saying, I did 5 enrolments. Okay. So then they would know how many you've got left for the rest. Okay. Now, during the 3 months, you as a participant must also have gathered at least 20 class attendees. So this was really good because we understood it that you had to do 20 classes, okay, which is like, whoa. Okay, but it's not. It is, you must have gathered at least 20 class attendees. So it's getting 20 people to either a class, whether that be your class, whether it be a class that myself or Rachel have put on. But don't forget, a class can also be a one-to-one with you. It can be a chat on the phone. It can be a Zoom. It can be over a coffee in a coffee shop. So get inventive with those 20 attendees, okay, and get a bit clever with them, okay. It says that these classes must be hosted or co-hosted, which they would be. You're not going to send them to a class where there's no one presenting anything. And it can be held with or without an upline, online or in person. So we've covered that as a team, which is great. And you can even have a class with 20 people in it, and that would count. Okay, so one class with 20 people, job done. Okay. And then each month of the season has ended for this evaluation. This is what you have to fill in: your full name, your doTERRA ID number, your email address, confirmation of your monthly loyalty order. So possibly they'll ask you how many PV it was, number of personal enrolments, the total number of class guests and their names. So keep a list of those that have attended these classes or one-to-ones or phone calls or whatever it is you've done, and get their name. Okay, so if Mary Jane says, can I invite Sally Ann, make sure you've got Sally Ann's name and not just a +1, because you need their name for the form. And then also it will ask you if you've achieved a new rank, because obviously if you're enrolling and your volume is growing, it's possible for you to rank throughout this season as well. And that is that. I'm just reading the quick little tease. Yeah, so it says that the spring season must be completed by Friday, the 5th of April for the evaluation. So I think if you get in your head that you have to do your evaluation on the 1st of the next month for the close of the last month, you'll be safe then. And that's it. And then it's just a reminder on here as well that Premier Club and Diamond Club run alongside together. So myself and Rachel are both doing Diamond Club. We will make sure, I don't know if you're talking about that tonight, but we'll make sure you know how your enrolments can get the free oils that come with Diamond Club. But that is it. So basically you have to do your 100 PV. You need to enroll 9 people over the 3 months, and it's getting 20 contacts, 20 point of contacts to some kind of education. Really, isn't it?
Yeah. What it will do is, I mean, there's a prize at the end, isn't it? doTERRA have put some oils together for whoever's achieved the 9. But not just for the prize. Think about inviting 20 people. I know it's probably more than that. Or if you do it, get 1 or 2 enrollments, even if it's not 9. What that does for your business is it just helps it grow. I remember doing Diamond Club with a thought of, oh, if I win, great. If I don't, it still boosted my team, and it kept growing and growing and growing, because it makes you, it's just a nice incentive to do it. And if you don't achieve the end thing, you've still won, because you might have got 3 enrollments instead of 0. So it's definitely winner. It's a no-brainer. I wouldn't not do it, because nothing's going to happen if you don't achieve it. So that's really good. So if you did get an enrollment between March and May, basically you get the customer gets a free oil, because you're doing Premier Club and your upline's doing, they work symbiotically kind of thing. So let's say Deborah does a class, or she invites someone to one of ours. She said, oh, such a body, she wants to enroll. They'll get, for 100 PV, they'll get a wild orange and it'll come with the kit, a free 15ml wild orange. If they get the bigger kit over 200, I think, is it a balance and wild orange?
Yeah, they haven't 100% confirmed it, but that's what they mentioned, wasn't it?
So they'll get 2 oils, roughly about balance or wild orange, but we'll confirm it, with the 200 PV or more, and that's from March all the way till May. And we'll send you the details of how we enroll through that. So then as soon as it's been ordered, doTERRA just pack the kit with the free oil, and then the customer gets the free oil. So it's worth doing as well, as the bonus, that they get the free oil for nothing.
And I think this is like, I'm going to go through, when I go through my contacts, all those that have, I really want oils, just can't afford it at the moment, all of those. I'm going to say to them, look, I'm doing a club me and my team are doing a club in March, and you get free oils. If you want to get started with your oils, this is the month to do it, because you're going to get these for free. And it's just like, Diamond Club only happens twice a year. So if they miss it this season, they'll have to wait until winter season.
Yeah.
So it's just a good little, for anyone that's hanging on the edge, like, bring them in.
Yeah, but that's where the classes come in. We need to just refresh the knowledge, educate them, and that's where we can provide that. Or if you want to do your own classes as well, that's fine. Yeah, so that's that. I'm just trying to bring up the free oils. I think it's on Premier. If you log into your Diamond Club, it will come up. But I just wanted to share before we leave you. I just wanted to sort of confirm some of the ranks as well, because I know some of you have started, some of you have been doing it for a while. And the ranks in doTERRA, for those who are beginners, they start like these pebbles. So the first rank in doTERRA is a manager, and the manager is obviously I think it's 50 PV. Oh no, that's wellness. Yeah. So if you do 100 PV order, and you have a collective team volume of 500 PV product volume, so roughly about £500, that means anyone that's bought things under you for over 500 PV, then you've got the rank of manager. And then director is 1,000 PV. Obviously, our obligation is the 100 PV if we're doing it actively. And the next rank is 2,000 PV, and that's the executive. I just wanted to just go to Premier just to show you, just so you can look a little bit of where you'll need to sort of build some legs when you get to this point. So pretty much it's very easy. Manager, director, executive, elite. It's like 500, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. When you get to 3,000 PV, your next rank that you would have a goal of is to be Premier. And that's when you need, so it doesn't matter with the elite or executive, you can just put them all under you and it's all overall volume. But with Premier, it's put under legs. So let's say Celine has 5 people under her. She would then have to think about building under 2 of those people to create 2 legs. You get me? So 2 legs. And these people ideally want to be sharers or builders or partners that you, friends, family legs that you trust that would do the 100 PV, and you can build under them. So each of those legs, when they get to 2,000 each, but you've got an overall volume of 5,000, then you become Premier rank. And then silver is basically another leg, so it's 3 legs. So the only thing you'd ever have to worry about is 3 legs. So don't think, oh, I'm gonna have to keep building legs and legs and legs. If you've got 3 legs, you've got a business. That's how the business is. The foundation pillars is 3 legs. But obviously, to start with, you can have 2. But because we mentioned power of 3 last time, do you remember it was 3? If you have 3 legs, that is a really good start anyway. Obviously, 2 of those legs are going to be a little bit bigger to start with, and then you'll think, right, them legs are getting nice and chunky. I'm going to build that 3rd and make that volume up. I don't want to confuse you too much, but I just want you to see the future because it's very quick, especially if you're enrolling. Them legs can fill up quite quickly.
Yeah.
And sometimes we've had it where people get in a panic. I've got all this volume. I don't know where to put it. So you just contact your upline and you say, right, I need help with placements, and we'll be there for you to help you with these legs. But I just wanted to show you so you can see in the next few months, this will be you building your legs.
And don't worry about asking, because I had an enrollment today and I was like, Rachel, I'm still not sure where to put her.
And
so sometimes just a second pair of eyes can really help.
often we do have fatter legs and skinny legs, but that's normal. We try to balance the legs out. It's very hard at times.
The other thing about Premier as well is when you get to Premier rank and you've got the volume, you get a bonus just for enrolling. So you enroll 1 person when you are at Premier, and it's a minimum of £130 bonus just for enrolling 1 person. It's a pool of money that gets split out between everyone that achieved Premier that month. So the figure goes up or down, but it never goes below £130. That's like the minimum. I think the most I've ever got is about 170, something like that. And that's just because you've enrolled someone, which, you know, we do all the time. But until you get to Premier, there's no bonus for it. So another reason Premier is a really good goal to have, because obviously that's your LRP paid for without even worrying about anything else. So.
And on top of that, you'll probably get your power 3 if it's not the 1st or 2nd level. So you're talking between £350 to £400 a month with the Premier and the 2nd level, which is like starting to get more serious, isn't it? This is actually.
And then your uni level.
I just thought.
You've got uni level as well, so Premier could be up to £550 a month.
Yeah.
So Premier is a good place to aim for.
But not enough to give up work yet, Deborah.
No.
I know you need about 5 grand. just to fill those logs behind you. Anyway, I'll carry on. So we've just got an announcement to make. We have a new resource that is going to be made available digitally and in real life, as in paper, and it's for everyone in the team. Celine, we can translate it together if you want. We'll Zoom with Lisa, and you can have the digital copy as well. But see how you feel about it in English first. I'll just share my screen.
I'm so excited. I haven't told any of my girls about this at all.
Okay, and that's why I'm recording it, so because Emma and whoever else. So this is a resource that because we've doing this business for a few years now, we often think, oh, I wish I had this, I wish I had this all in one place. And it's like, you know, when you're scrapping for bits of graphics, and I want to know how to make the flume bomb, I want to know how to make a rollerball, I want to tell people the safety, I want to tell people this, that, and the other. Well, we've put it all together in one booklet, and it's like a 28-page booklet that's going to be, it's in print as we speak. I love that, Lisa. Oh,
I'm so excited, honestly.
I feel like we need some music or something, right?
I'm very proud. Drum roll.
Right, so this is it. It's the Essential Oil Starter Guide. It's going to be available in an A5 booklet. So can you see that okay? I just scroll down. So that's
Yeah, it's a little bit small,
a bit
but
small. Let's see if I can present it in some way. One second. Present. Yep, there we go. That might be better.
yeah.
Okay, so that's page 1, and that's the inner page. So just a little bit about essential oils and the purity, the standards that the testing that doTERRA go through. A little bit of safety information, so you can use this to do a wellness consultation with. It'll be available in a slide form, presentation form, and just some guidelines on the usage on an average daily basis. How to make a roller for children, pregnant women, etc. And how to use them internally. Some 3 suggestions, whether it's under the tongue, capsule, water, just to give them some ideas to get started. How to use it topically, some ideas. Aromatically, and then some diffuser recipes for just based on the 10 oils that we sell in the kits, because sometimes they don't have all the oils. So we just thought we'd stick to, you know, the 10 oils, how to clean your diffuser, etc. And then we have I think you'd have to turn the page that way, but never mind. Just how to get the most out of the 10, like daily habits, how to use it for earache. You've got blocked sinuses, how to get a good night's sleep, etc. Head tension. So they can just literally glance at this guy and think, what can I use for headache? Right, I'll look at that one. And then the 10 oils and all the ways that you can use it based on the Oil Magic Book guidelines. There, we've also added things like copaiba and wild orange, because some people do start with that, as well as some of the mood management kits and some of the most popular ones that they may start with, some of the blends. Then how to make a flute roller, or internally if you wish. How to make an ouch spray, things for seasonal allergies, for hay fever, how to get a good night's sleep, etc. And then also the raw chocolates, how to make them, but obviously we'll be doing that on a class as well. Body butter, how to make a green cleaning products and hand wash, and a little bit about the olfactory system, how the essential oils can affect our emotional response, and also how to use various oils that depend on how we feel each day. So a little bit of a guide on the mood management. A suggestion was to put this in. So that was a great suggestion. Thank you. To put the reflexology. Everyone wants a reflexology guide, where to put them, where to put the oils. And then just a little summary of how they can continue learning, to download the Live Guide, some books that they can access, and also the courses that we suggest that people go on. And then obviously you can send them the link to that, because it will change as Daniel changes the address. And that's it. and just a little bit back about how to set up a loyalty rewards program, and they can put their ID number in. Customer services if they get stuck. Obviously, we can change that to the French number for you to link as well. So yeah, what do you think, everyone? Sounds good. Yeah. Yeah.
I think it's going to be great. I think people are going to really enjoy that, even a PDF one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
We'll send that at the end to everyone, so you can have a little look through. You can send it to your customers now. It's available. So
yeah. So you know how we've talked of welcome packs and things like that, especially in your early days when you don't have, you're not really bringing in a lot of money to warrant sending out a lot of money. You could, this is literally welcome to doTERRA. Here's your starter. Here's your welcome pack.
Yeah.
A little starter guide, PDF. If they want to print it off, they can.
Yeah.
No, but a lot of work's gone into that, Rachel. So thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. Yeah, pleasure. So I just wanted to finish off with a little bit of coaching that I've been going on. It's talking about when you first started I know you've all probably, I know Gillian's just started, but sometimes you can get a little bit set in your ways. So when you first start your doTERRA business, you're excited, and you sometimes reach out to people and you're quite brave, and you also can see results very quickly because you're in that high excitement stage. But somewhere along the lines, when the results sort of trail off, as it does in any business, it always goes like that, and then it reaches that sort of dip. That's where the excitement begins to sort of wane, and then that, what I wanted to say is, like, the short-term energy is really exciting, but it's not going to sustain you long term. You need something that's going to sustain you long term. So even though it's exciting when you get in moments, I want to just reassure you, don't be results based, because this business is long term. It's not quick. It's not quick, get rich quick cash. It's nothing like that. It's something that people want to know, that you are here for the long term. So people still ask me to this day, I've been doing it for over 3 years, are you still doing the oils? Because they think sometimes it's just a whim. Just something I'm getting into, like a hobby. But when they realize that you are in it for the long term, they'll see you as the oil expert or the oil lady, and, oh, I've got this problem I need help with. So just want you to stay consistent and not always be driven by results, because when the newness rubs off, and maybe you're always thinking about the next rank that you want to achieve, that can sometimes stagnate you. So I want you not to be results based, even though it's a good goal to have next rank and things like that. Just be consistent with serving people, sampling people, and helping people. And if you're on social media, showing up regularly so people see, oh yeah, she's still here. Because often people that are following you on social media will maybe never comment, never like, but they're always watching you. And in 12 months' time, they might say, hey, I need help. It's how many people stalk you silently. So if you are on social media, just keep showing up and keep thinking what can help people, what can educate people on your posts that they may be struggling with. It could be that you go through the seasons, and if it's coming up to hay fever season, you're showing things on a regular basis. But yeah, just be courageous. Just have the courage that you had at the beginning when you were reaching out to people bravely, because sometimes we can stagnate, and I can be like that and not feel as brave as I did at the beginning. I remember at the beginning I was sampling everyone. I was thinking, I'm scared now. I'm just, so sometimes it's having that excitement again and just pushing yourself a little bit out your comfort zone to think, actually, who could I reach out to that would really appreciate it? So yeah, I think I'll end there and stop the recording, but just want to say thank you all for joining, and for those who are on catch up, hope you enjoyed it.